Hi She Spice Joe Rogan has never been bashful about expressing his real thoughts when it comes to Hollywood. And one thing that he's forever been clear about, well, that is, Kean Reeves is excessively really great for that obscure business well. That is very actually requesting you at any point. See the Kean Reeves film Reeves, he gets into it. Rogan's been on record commending the person, calling him a real soul in an industry full of fakes. Yet here's the kicker. He's additionally cautioned Keanu to keep an eye out, like truly cautioned him, since Hollywood has an approach to biting individuals up and letting them out, saying that it's a genuine issue in Hollywood that they need more jobs for Asians. And however, regardless of remaining low-key and out of the show, Ken's name generally appears to get hauled into contentions. Is it terrible, karma, or is something more vile going on in the background? How about we separate it, since Rogan could have been onto something from the start? So why has Hollywood given Keanu Reeves the disdainful attitude? Supposedly, there's a mystery boycott going around, an inconspicuous endeavor to shove to the side a star whose genuineness and values are making a splash in Tinseltown, incredible standing incidentally, in Hollywood of being an extremely decent person, regardless of his perfect standing, and certain appeal on screen. It appears as a few strong powers are on a mission to see sharp Reeves bomb. Yet why? What does Keanu have that has got Hollywood's tip-top so scared for north of 30 years? His vocation has been absolutely unbelievable. He's brought famous characters to life and acquired the love of crowds and individual entertainers the same. The network transformed me. And then, at that point, over these years, it's changed so many other individuals' lives, yet presently bits of hearsay are whirling that Ken's been boycotted, as indicated by Joe Rogan. The straightforward podcaster known for his No Channel Takes Hollywood may be cutting binds with Reeves because of his undeniably questionable picture. This unexpected turn has everybody talking as fans and pundits attempt to sort out why the business would turn a known stars for his modesty, liberality, and practically general offer. Joe Rogan is a commonly recognized name for MMA fans, with more than 10 years of experience as the UFC's tone pundit. He's an old pro, yet Joe's gifts don't stop there. He's a humorist with a strong history, and a previous television parody is his space as well, with a monstrous following his webcast. The Joe Rogan Experience has a great many faithful audience members, and even obstacles the top right on Target Spotify's top web recording list. With this sort of foundation, it's no wonder he knows such a lot of who can tell what he probably seen digital broadcast to be. Sound just an my administrator was like contemplate the Elon Musk second when Elon Musk is partaking in weed. It's tremendous that is a viral second that not just this Joe is likewise an unmistakable big name, known for his genuine conversations, and has been dauntless in revealing insight into the hazier parts of Hollywood through his digital broadcasts and individual disclosures. Yet again, as of late, he has arisen with a frightening disclosure, this time zeroing in on the problematic practices utilized by projecting specialists in Hollywood. Well, this was the thing. She wasn't in any manner overweight, like she was wonderful. She had an extraordinary body. It was very much like a bazaar. She was an entertainer. It seems like Joe has a few difficult issues with the elites of the business all along, and the hypotheses developed further when in the 1951 episode of the JRI digital broadcast, UFC reporter Joe Rogan welcomed on Uter Kafasela as his visitor. Their discussion rotated around the difficulties and issues tormenting Hollywood. Rogan featured a fascinating viewpoint expressing that in business, people frequently get a great deal of consideration and adoration when they are effective and flourishing anyway. When entertainers face troubles or their professions come upon a tough situation, they frequently wind up secluded, with not many ready to take part in discussions with them. Fostered your own show, and you've made your own thing. You haven't been picked in Hollywood. The issue is, you're being picked for everything, so you're being projected in these things. Joe Rogan communicated worries about the security of youthful craftsmen, especially females, in Hollywood, referring to the disrupting rehearsals utilized by Hollywood elites in the projecting system. During the conversation on his webcast, the 55-year-old host stressed how Hollywood entertainers frequently feel a sense of urgency to shape their characters to line up with the assumptions for the individuals who hold the ability to give them jobs in films. That's what was said in Hollywood. The issue is you're picked for everything, so you're being projected in these things. You need to manage individuals that endorse you or pick you, so you're planning your character in light of whatever the climate is, whatever the philosophy of the greater part of the makers is. Joe further dove into the speculative situation of how Hollywood could work with a conservative philosophy, igniting hypotheses that he was tending to the problematic projecting work on including females in the business anyway. Rogan explained that entertainers frequently adjust to industry standards not out of private conviction yet to fit in and secure an effective profession. He contended that these entertainers shape their convictions and sentiments in view of what they see as the way to progress, instead of inflexibly sticking to a particular belief system. So you need to manage individuals that support you or pick you, so you're figuring out your character in view of whatever the overall outlook is. Whatever the group's hypotheses on this matter are grounded in a past filled with such models that have been apparent from the beginning. The general population is very much aware of the requests put on youthful female entertainers by projecting specialists at the point when they enter the business, with the aim of adding to society through their work, whether it's the creation of movies like The Craftsman Shakespeare and Love, or The English Patient, The Sovereigns Conceived. Harvey Weinstein's Sequential has reliably illustrated his ability for making compelling period films. Joe has raised a basic worry by highlighting these models, as well as people who add to making media outlets progressively trying for ladies. He affirms that it stays a troublesome way for females to seek after their fantasies in this field since they frequently face typification and abuse. He said, obviously, that is the reason they're all insane. He then, at that point, included the Hollywood, it's far more terrible, right, since you don't get to pick your own predetermination. And perhaps it is connected to Keanu, too. Reeves is one of those activity entertainers who typically sparkles on the big screen, who doesn't cherish activity, particularly when it's done well. Reeves has spent his whole cinematographic life devoted to activity motion pictures, and maybe what he is most popular for is his work in The Lattice Adventure and the widely praised John Wick film series. However, do you know the one who made John Wick the expert professional killer that he as well Joe Rogan let the feline out of the pack, the UFC reporter on his Joe Rogan Experience? Digital recording plunked down with Greg Fitzsimmons as he discussed the ace who educated Keanu Reeves to be an ace professional killer. Yet, who is the secret man? Well, it's, as a matter of fact, 13X public title, Victor Taran, head surgeon. While discussing firearms and weapon ranges, Rogan uncovered that Terrence Stewart was the person who showed Reeves all firing firearms for the activity establishment. He said he educated Keanu Reeves for all the John Wick films. He educated Halle Berry when she was in John Wick. He educates whenever a superstar needs to figure out how to seem to be a genuine professional killer, they go to that person. Rogan further lauded Stewart for his mastery in the gun. He said he's a numerous-time champion, and those, when they do those, they have a course and you run the course, and signal impersonates beeper commotion like they time you. What's more, that person wins that large number of F-things. He's loved for his ability with the firearm alongside his fans. Indeed, even individuals from the diversion industry can't get enough of him and appreciate his character in Joe Rogan's web recording with Cohen Mar. The pair shared common appreciation for Keanu Reeves. Joe Rogan said in the digital broadcast that he is extremely intrigued with the effortlessness and quiet attitude of every bit of relevant information entertainer. He shared that Reeves is proficient at taking care of notoriety and abundance, which are proposed to him in colossal amounts. Rogan said that he had never allowed notoriety to influence his brain and doesn't have confidence in the hotshot of his abundance. Rogan participated in the webcast. That is the manner in which he handles being that popular. He is the framework fellow that has way too much popularity. He hit that Johnny Depp/Tom Cruise level of notoriety, and then, at that point, turned into a super chill, smooth person who can go through a group. That person sits on the metro without help from anyone else. There is no outward showcase of abundance from him. He is incredibly affluent. When you see him, he is dressed like me. He has his standard watch on with tennis shoes. He is ordinary as a man. He is genuine abnormal. He added that the entertainer has no demeanor regardless of being one of the superstar stars. Reeves has been spotted by a few groups on the nearby trams with practically no guardian or any insurance. Rogan shared that individuals frequently don't accept the obvious reality when they see him in broad daylight and excuse him. He said he had sorted out an approach to vanish on display, regardless of whether you converse with him. He is simply ordinary. He added that the entertainer is exceptionally modest and humane, as he showed a video of Keanu Reeves in Metro, where he advertised his seat to a lady in a packed metro. Subscribe She Spice for more videos.